Hey guys, Amanda here. I am doing a video request on my son and his school and like a few questions about the experience. The first question is the school meeting his needs? And the short answer and the true answer is yes. Yes, they are. They have the training to help the children before, during, and after a situation, um, because their goal is to uh, hopefully, I've talked about this before, but you got your baseline, but then you can go up like this, like, boop. Think of it as like a heart monitor, go boop, 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 like that. So instead of going whoop like that, they're hoping they'll go like this and then be able to come back down on their own, working through the process. So yes, they are meeting his needs. Do I like the school? Yes, I do. I love it. They are all very passionate workers. They really are. They all want to be there. They want to help the children. They take pride in their work. So I think that's very crucial to, the kids getting what they need. And he says he loves going there. He doesn't want to go back to public school. He's already told me, I want to go here. I want to finish out through high school. I'm good, So from his point of view and my point of view, it's good. Okay, so does he still need to go to the hospital? He has not had to go to the hospital since he started going to this school. So hopefully it stays that way. Um, how how to help him not need the hospital? Again, that comes through all the techniques that they're showing him how to do to reduce his anxiety, that whole thing that he gets going on, because it goes like this, but then it quickly gets to like anger and stuff like that. So he's getting that at school, and even at home, he like earlier, he raised his voice to me. I mean, I get it, he was tired and stuff, but I wasn't really asking him anything strenuous, and he kind of with his voice, and I let him do what he had to do. And then when he came back out, I told him, I didn't like that you talked to me with that little tone. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, honey, you can say you're sorry all you like, it's your actions. So I said, in the future, if you want to talk to me later, just say, Mom, can I talk to you later about this? I really need to go, dot dot dot, whatever it is. So part of that is working on communication, him being able to express what's going on, because for him to tell us what's going on, to express his emotions, to express everything, that is what stops him from going to the hospital. So, yes, they are helping him big time. Do I like the way they teach? Well, I am not, excuse me, sorry, really bad dry mouth because of all the meds I take. Sorry. So anyway, because of confidentiality reasons, parents aren't allowed to go into classrooms to monitor their kids because of confidentiality. That makes total sense. But I do get reports from the school and from Casey. And because we go to that family meeting every Tuesday, so I get to speak to the clinician. And from what they have told me, the adults at the school, his teacher, she's very nice. She loves kids. She loves working with them, teaching them, helping them, and all that stuff. And she's a fair teacher. It's just like at home, This is the way that the class runs. Here are the rules. You can so choose to follow them, and they get rewards and stuff for completing things, and working on it, working for that. So say for instance he goes to school and he didn't do his homework the night before, they freeze him, which means he is not allowed to have any privileges, like earning something for whatever, until he does his homework. So there is a pressure, it's a positive pressure for him to do the work, and um, and for him to know that it isn't a punishment. Homework is just a way for you to repeat the information so you learn it better. So it sticks in here. And I think that because he says that she's stern, so like I said, with the rewards and all that stuff, and they call it frozen because when you hear, oh, you're in trouble, or whatever word, it almost kind of puts a defensive face up. At least it does for me. So I think by calling it frozen, I think it really speaks to, okay, here are the privileges that I get if I don't follow the rules. These fun things I can't touch until I follow the rules, which is positive reinforcement, which is really good. And what's good is that when they don't do what they're doing, then they don't get the privileges. So they're learning that you don't just get here, you get an A because you showed up to school, something like that. No, they have to work for what they get, which is good, because having a good work ethic, especially when you're that young, is really good as you go into older grades and then college and so on and so forth. So from what I have heard, what my son has told me, they teach great. Is making friends easier? You know what? It is, because he's around kids that understand him. You can, okay, the example that I usually give, sorry, I just lost my thought. I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Is making friends easier? Okay, yeah, they are like-minded. They think very similar. So now I can't remember what I was going to say. Okay, I'll say it in a different way. Oh, I remember now. No, when you take Casey, my son, and you put him with another child that doesn't have any sort of anything going on, you can see this child, the maturity level, the way that they act, that everything, that this is a typical child of this age. So when you see that, you can see, it's like instead of like this, they kind of go like this. So they're there, but they're not quite on the same plane. And another example would be like, okay, try having a typical 6-year-old have a discussion at the level of a doctor. Do you see how big a difference that is? I mean, you can talk to the kid all you want, the kid can talk to you, but it's not quite in the same realm. And I know that's like an extreme example, but it's just to give you the idea that the difference between a son like mine as compared to a typical child, and how they react to kids their own age and stuff like that. It's not that he can't make friends, but you do see the butting of heads, and the kids don't understand. I mean, the ones that don't have anything, they don't understand, and that's what makes it hard. But the kids in his school, he gets along with them great. The first day of school, he made a friend. The thing of it though is all the kids that he's friends with live there. So they can't come home from school and play with him or something like that. So as far as making friends, yes, he has a lot of friends at school and he's very happy there. But in terms of outside friends, that hasn't really been a factor. And I think at this point that I think it's better right now for him not to bring the friends home because right now he needs to focus on himself. And I don't want him to get off track with that. So for now, I think it's good. But, once he gets, past a certain point, I don't know what point that is, but I'll know. I mean, a mother knows. Then we'll see, about, going out in the community with other kids and stuff like that. Okay, so you say they're all different ages. Does that bother me? Example, do I think he will overhear other kids that are in like a higher grade or a higher age if he's hearing things that he shouldn't be hearing? Well, I think we're all pretty aware that when you send your kids to school, they might hear something. They probably will. When he went to the hospital for the first time, he was 4 years old, and he never swore before. He didn't know any swear words. And when he came home, he had heard so many swear words because there were kids that were a lot older than him. He was the youngest kid to ever go there. And he heard a lot of things and he came home saying them. And he uses that as like a defense when he's upset. He'll use those words. He doesn't necessarily always know what they mean, but he knows that you say it, it hurts people, and that's part of that like impulsivity of it. When he's upset and he's just kind of, oh, I can use this thing and say that to them, and and I learned it at school or whatever. It's going to happen if you send your kids to any sort of public school or whatever. They are going to hear things, they are going to see things. That is just life. There's nothing I can do about that. But what can be done is, on his part, his behavior, the way he approaches things, he doesn't have to use those words. And that's where we're at about communication. Just because you hear something doesn't mean you should repeat it, and also, I think it's good for him to see that because then he can see, oh, that person's having a hard time. And when they're upset, they say these things, but then they're able to turn themselves around and they don't need those words. And I think it's good for him to see that. People might not agree, but he's my son, so I'll do what I want within reason. But personally, for me, I think, hold on. Oh, you want to come say hi. This is Roly Poly. Hi, Roly Poly. Oh, yeah. See, he doesn't have his leg. No, but he's still as cute as a button. He's like, I'm scared. What are you doing to me? Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. His name is Dots, but I call him Roly Poly. He doesn't want to look. He's like, no, get me out of here. It's okay. It's okay, love. It's okay. It's okay. You want to go up there? Go ahead. Good boy. Whoa. Oh, my phone fell. Hold on a sec. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I love my kitties. Okay, so anyway, they're gonna hear it. That's just a part of life. But I think it's the way that they deal with those situations, so that kind of communication. But it's a work in progress. It's always improving, learning, finding ways to deal with it that are healthy and productive and stuff like that. So yeah, those were great questions. I would encourage though that not just this topic, but sometimes people ask me questions and it's very broad. If you could, be more specific, like if you say, well, can you talk to me about your sleeping habits? Can you say exactly what you want to know? Do you want to know when I go to bed? Do I take medicines to go to bed? Do I have a routine? Can you be specific so I know that I'm answering the questions you want me to answer? Don't be afraid to leave questions. It's not a big deal. I like answering questions because sometimes there might be things I haven't covered. And if you guys ask me questions or say, hey, do you think maybe you can talk about this topic? It helps me to know, okay, this is what people want to know. So talking about it will help benefit people who want to know about this. So, yeah. All right. Well, it's 9:30 at night and I have to go to bed. I took my meds about an hour and 15 minutes ago. An hour. Oh, it was like 8:15. Now it's 9:30, so my meds are starting to kick in. I'm sure you can probably tell I'm like, wee. Okay, sorry, I'm tired. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye.